October country, that country where it is always turning late in the year, that country where the hills are fog and the rivers are mist, where noons go quickly, dusks and twilights linger, and midnights stay. That country composed in the main of cellars, sub-cellars, coal bins, closets, attics and pantries faced away from the sun. That country whose people are autumn people, thinking only autumn thoughts, whose people, passing at night on the empty walks, sound like rain. Skeleton. It was past time for him to see the doctor again. Mr. Harris turned palely at the stairwell, on his way up the flight, saw Dr. Burley's name gilded over a pointing arrow. Would Dr. Burley sigh when he walked in? After all, this would make the 10th trip so far this year. But Burley shouldn't complain. He was paid for the examinations. The nurse looked Mr. Harris over and smiled a bit amusedly as she tiptoed to the glazed glass door, opened it, and put her head in. Harris thought he heard her say, "Guess who's here, doctor?" And didn't the doctor's voice reply, faintly, "Oh, my God, again?" Harris swallowed uneasily. When Harris walked in, Dr. Burley snorted, "Aches in your bones again? Ah!" He scowled and adjusted his glasses. "My dear Harris, you've been curried with the finest tooth combs and bacteria brushes known to science. You're just nervous. Let's see your fingers. Too many cigarettes. Let's smell your breath. Too much protein. Let's see your eyes. Not enough sleep. My response, go to bed. Stop the protein. No smoking. $10, please." Harris stood sulking. The doctor glanced up from his papers. "You still here? You're a hypochondriac. That's $11 now." "But why should my bones ache?" asked Harris. Dr. Burley spoke as to a child. "You ever have had a sore muscle and keep irritating it, fussing with it, rubbing it? It gets worse the more you bother it. Then you leave it alone and the pain vanishes. You realize you've caused most of the soreness yourself. Well, son, that's what's with you. Leave yourself alone. Take a dose of salts, get out of here, and take a trip to Phoenix. You've stewed about for months. Do you good to travel.